Well, good morning and welcome back to Balfour Farm. Today I'm down here checking on the fence. We're going to actually put the cows down the driveway for the first time. A couple videos back I put some fence up on that new laneway and we're actually going to finally put it to use today. It's a good thing I'm checking the fence first, I can tell you. Just a bunch of the fence wire here is all down and sitting on the ground. And I thought for sure it would have been the deer. They've been down here everywhere off in this area in the woods. But turns out a tree actually fell on it for once. And it wasn't the deer, so there's a big rotted maple. What's left of a maple tree there. Anyway, we got to clean that up and get the fence put back up. So it's going to be up in the upper 80s, almost 90 again today. And then almost 100 tomorrow. So this here is a nice shady spot for them. There's lots of grass in there. And they don't have to walk anywhere for a water tank. Their furthest walk, it's a half mile back to the barn, just about, but it's all shade in the shady driveway, so it won't be a bad walk. So I still need to put up a little bit of fence wire along here that runs up to just about where the shed was. Some old chicken wire back in on some cedar fence posts back up in there, and I'd planned on taking it out and just kind of extending the fence line, but don't really have time for that today. So we're just going to kind of go around it, some temporary wire, and the cows will be in here today, and I need to get a water tank out here for them too. What are you doing down in there? Huh? Oh, you're going to need a bath now. All right, so I've been working here a little while. I've cleared the brush up here. I just had a machete to cut it down. I have a brush cutter, which I went back to the barn and got because there's a lot more brush to clear still. But my thought here was we had a rock wall. This was just built. And there was a huge rock pile here at one point from just various projects from cleaning up around. So we've always just stacked the rocks here. So had Jim with his excavator in here a few weeks back when he did the laneway, and I had him move all these rocks and kind of stack them. It's a double rock wall and the middle is kind of empty. So what I did was I put these fence posts right in the middle. There was an old rock wall below this, so you really can't put these fence posts in very deep. So what I did was I put it between the two big rocks, and then I'm just filling it up with other rocks, and hopefully it keeps them put. And I'm hoping the rocks discourage the cows from trying to climb out. With an electric fence here, it should definitely help. But if it were just the rocks, I have a feeling somebody at some point would probably try and climb over it. So I think we're all ready to just run wire. I did bring down a water tank. I didn't actually video it, but I put the water tank out. I got to go grab a hose for that so that we can have that start filling before the cows come down. I have one short piece of wire here. I think we're ready for cows, which they're sitting up at the barn waiting. Probably not so patiently, but they're waiting to come down. All right, I think all that I have left to do now is I need to clear. There's some really tall weeds back there. I don't know what they are. They have like flowers and they're about that tall, almost as tall as I am. I got to go through and brush cut those down. I have that piece of dead tree that fell on the fence. I need to fix that. Probably should have brought the chainsaw down, but I think what I might do is just cut the wire and drag it out from underneath the tree. Gotta run over and go get a hose for the water tank still. Our gray shed over there is where we store all our water tanks and our hoses. Put a hose on that, and I think we're ready to go for cows. Well, this is the water crossing that we just put in, and normally this is middle of July, and there is normally never water in here in July. But while I was looking at it here, all this grass like plugged up. Oh, this might take 2 hands. Oh no. Moose is, it's belly deep to a moose. He seems to like it. But anyway, my one of my pipes here was, it's got grass all down into it. There we go. The water runs much better when it's not plugged with grass. There we go. See, it's got stuff falling down into it too. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, water's running much better now. Yeah, anyway, middle of July, and all this water running through. Moose likes it, but it's not something we normally see this time of year. I'm just headed over to the gray shed that's over there to go get the hose, and I thought I'd stop and take a minute. All this water we have, all that water that's running through the ditch, all the torrential downpours we've had, there has been an upside to it. This field here, I think it wasn't even 2 weeks ago, I don't think, that we cut it, and it is absolutely beautiful. The grass is growing back really quick with all this rain and heat. Yeah, this will be ready to graze probably. It typically takes about 3 weeks. I probably could graze it now. It's almost, yeah, it's up to my knees almost. Okay, well, the trip to the shed was unsuccessful. Turns out there was 1 stock tank left and no hoses or floats. So I'm gonna run back up to the barn. I'm pretty sure I have a couple extra hoses around. I am gonna bring the cows down before I fill the tank. It's not something I would normally do, but I really wanna get them out here. They have water up where they are now, so they shouldn't be thirsty when they hit the new pasture. They shouldn't all rush the tank and knock it over and make a mess. So I really want to get them down the driveway. I'm excited about it, and they should be also. So this will be their first time headed down the driveway this season. Okay, so what I do to block off the driveway here is I just put up it's just a rope. Looks like it could use to be adjusted, but put a rope across the driveway. The cows think it's a fence, electric fence, and they stop. And in theory, they should turn and go into the pasture. What I also do is put out my cow crossing sign in the middle of the driveway. It never fails when I'm bringing. It takes 10 to 15 minutes, probably 10 minutes, to walk the cows down the driveway to get them down here. Some poke along. The more times they've been down here, they tend to poke along, kind of eat grass on the edge of the driveway, and it never fails. Somebody wants to come up the driveway, whether it's an employee, the employees pretty much know to stop, but or the UPS driver, the fuel truck. There always seems to be somebody, the trash truck. Somebody always seems to want to come up the driveway when I'm bringing cows down. So put the sign there, and That way it makes the rope a little more visible, and hopefully they get the idea to stop and wait for cows to come down. So, Moose, you gonna come? Let's go get the cows. Wanna go get cows? Good boy, come on. Okay, well, we're finally ready to turn the cows loose. I got everything all set for the fence, and we're gonna get them headed down the driveway here in a minute. Come on. Hopefully they're eager to go. Come on, let's go. Good girl, Rose. Come on. Come on, let's go. Come on. Let's go. Good girl. Come on, Foolish. Good girl. Good girl. Let's go. Come on. That's a good girl. Come on, Moose. Apparently the cows are more eager than I thought they would be. Thought I had a minute to set up the camera, but no such luck. Oh, my poor little drone. Doesn't look too bad. All right. Meanwhile, the cows have left without me. Need to go catch up with them now. Thought they would have taken a lot more time coming down here. There's a lot to eat on the edge of the driveway, so I thought they would kind of poke along, go off in the brush, eat something, but nope, they just made a beeline right to the end. I'm glad they decided to take a right-hand turn instead of going straight through the rope. Well, I finally caught up with the cows. They did not take their time going out today. Probably only took them a minute to get down the driveway. Well, there they are, happily grazing along. Counting to make sure nobody was lagging behind. I didn't think they moved so fast. I didn't actually think to make sure they all came. I don't see anybody still in the driveway, so I guess we're good. I still need to go get the hose and hook it up to the water tank so they can get water. But none of them seem to be in any rush for that, so I'm gonna head back to the barn, go get the water line, and get that all set up. All right, well, the cows are all out. That went way faster than I expected it to. I was really hoping to get some better video, but I put the drone up and quickly realized I need more practice with it, so crashed it into the trees once. No harm done though, still intact, but put it up a second time and realized it's much harder to fly than it actually looks like. So all right, well, we're back at it this afternoon. I am it's been several days since I started this video, but today I need to move the trailer here. Trying to move the trailer, get it out of the way. We have a grain delivery coming in the morning, and this is going to be right in the way of where he has to back up. The cows have been down the driveway. They've been grazing. Today it's been incredibly hot the last few days. So today I have them up by the barn. So didn't send them down the driveway today. Another couple days and they'll be back down there. Go park this out of the way, and then I hope to get out and start clipping some pasture. So the TYM here that I'm hauling this with is kind of fixed. I hope it's fixed. We'll see. So the tractor mechanic has been out at least, I think it was at least 3 times, maybe 4 times this week to work on the tractor here. It turns out it was a computer problem and they had all sorts of issues. It was a little bit frustrating to say the least, but I hope it's fixed now. So my thought here is to, I need to clip the pasture. So, and I also need to find out if the tractor is going to continue to run and run right. So rather than go out and mow hay down and then find out that I have a tractor that's not working properly after I mow half of a hay field or the entire thing, what I'm going to do is I'll go run it with the mower on it. It's back here. We're gonna go clip the pasture, probably run it for a good, 4 or 5 hours. If everything runs right, then I'll head off and actually rely on it to go mow some hay. But the other good thing about clipping the pasture is all the blades on the mower. The last hay field I did was a little rough, and it's going the wrong way. The last hay field was a little rough, and the blades are in rough shape, so I need to replace them. But before I go off and put new blades on it, I figure I might as well clip the pasture. There's rocks out there, so this way we'll finish the blades off. If they get bent more than they already are, or dull, it won't matter, and the cut doesn't matter quite as much when I'm clipping the pasture. All right, well, moved on to plan B already, so we're going back to the trusty John Deere, and the reason for that is TYM has broke down again. So same issue. This time, instead of running for 4 minutes and shutting off, now it runs for, I don't know, probably 10 or 15 minutes and then quits. So it's done it 3 times now right in a row. So another call to the service guy, and hopefully they respond this time. We'll see. So the plan is I'm gonna pull the wrapper off of the John Deere here. I need to clip the paddock anyway. We obviously won't be doing any hay until the other tractor gets fixed, but yeah, I can at least get out and get something done while the weather's nice. Okay, well, I just got done clipping 2 of the paddocks. I'd hoped to get more done, but it's actually starting to rain, and I think there's a severe thunderstorm warning for this afternoon, so we're gonna call that a day. But I'll show you how it looks after the fact. I should have videoed before too, but you'll get the idea. The grass was taller before I started. So there it is. I got all the way kind of up the hill there, and then all the way down to the bottom. I've still got probably 4 or 5 more paddocks up the hill there that I need to clip. So if we clip too much at one time, we'll have grass kind of growing all at the same height, and we're trying to avoid that. So what we hope to do is we cut up like 4 or 5 paddocks at a time. That starts to regrow. We wait a week or 2, cut another 4 or 5, so that we have staggered growth. So there's always something new for the cows to graze on. But I'll show you here. This here is down the driveway, and at the beginning of the video I mentioned I was going to graze that. It was, I don't know, 4 or 5 days ago now, but cows were on that last night, so I best get heading to the house. Feels like it's gonna seriously start to rain here in a minute. Well, the cows seem pretty happy that it's raining and it's cooled off a bit, so today I kept them up here by the barn and fed them a bale of hay. There's still quite a bit of grass in here for them to eat, but this way they didn't have to go far or work hard to get the feed. So a little bit of dry hay, and there's quite a bit of short grass in there. As you can see, they're out there still grazing. Well, I am just out here at the heifer barn tonight. I've come out to feed the calves, and I thought I would show you real quick. You may or may not have noticed before, but there was a big chunk of the roof that it was missing. So we had the Amish here this week, and I'll show you. They actually got finished framing up the rest of the roof, and then put in posts and a big beam up there, and then managed to get all the metal on the entire heifer barn roof. So I need to get one more post over there, but then there needs to be some more bracing, diagonal knee bracing in here. Those 2x4s will eventually go away, and we'll put some beams in there. But really excited that got a roof on here. The plan is to eventually probably put some sort of garage doors here, so that we can come in with a skid steer and clean out all the calf pens. There'll be pens on this side, a walk through to get from the pig barn to the chicken barn, then more calf pens there, and then with outdoor access back there. No, you do not need any milk. You do not need any of the milk. No. Poor chicken. Alright, well it's the end of the day now. It's going to be the end of this video. I am headed to the house. The calves have been fed. All the heifers. The pigs have been watered again. So it is time for dinner. So thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to see more of what we're doing here on the farm, and we will see you next time.